Hey everybody, Grant Miller here, Miami Community News with my favorite state senator, Alexis. How many years you been elected? It seems
4 years.
It seems forever. Okay, first of all, we're going to talk about you. So your father, I met your father. He's in the radio business. How long has he been in it? Forever, right?
Oh gosh, I 35 years.
Yeah.
40 years.
You know, sometimes he owns a station, sometimes he sells a station, sometimes he's with a big group of radio stations and TV stations, just radio.
Just radio.
Right. And incredible. Now your brother, what's your brother do? He's
proud of him.
He's a who's who, right?
Anthony Calatayud. So Anthony goes by the moniker 10-Day Tony. He's part of Dan Lebitard's show.
You know, I knew that. What they've done is incredible. All right, so Dan used to be with a major TV station, right? Or a radio station.
He was with the Herald. He was with Major Radio, the first sports radio,
right,
in town, and then he was with ESPN. He was their top
guy. ESPN, right. And now they're on their own, independent, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you call them?
Meadowlark is the company name.
Right. So your brother, what does he do with them?
So he's one of their content creators. He's they have a shipping container is what they call them, full of guys, and he's one of their content creators.
Be like that.
One of their producers. And he's an all-around whatever they need kind of person. He's their man on the street sometimes.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
You have just one brother?
I have two brothers.
What's the other brother do?
Christian Calatayud. Christian's working in insurance, and he moonlights as a youth director for our local church.
What church?
Metro Life Church in Dadeland.
That's my guy. You know, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Who's the head preacher? What's his name?
Steve Alessi.
Steve, look at me. Get the camera on me. Steve, look, Steve. Look, Steve. I got bigger arms than you, Steve.
He's working on it.
Yeah. So I met how old is his son, pastor's son?
I'm 32. Chris is probably 35.
Okay, so I known him 30 years. His father and I were involved with a football league down at Corby Park, and that's where I met him.
Hmm.
He is a great guy.
So he's my little brother's father-in-law because my brother Christian married his youngest daughter, Gabby.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're tight.
Yeah, he's just a good people. The whole thing. It's his wife's wonderful. The whole family. So I didn't know. Now we're family.
Yeah.
So when you see Steve, say Grant's still stronger than you.
I will.
Okay, so. Do you go to the Dadeland one or do you go to the Doral one?
Dadeland. We used to go to Doral, but when Pastor Steve's father, John Alessi, passed away,
right,
and even right before then, they had started making a second campus from the Dadeland campus.
We call it Dayland, but it's Continental Park.
Continental Park.
Yeah, and you used to have Christmas trees there. You had the pumpkins sold there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a great location. Great location. All right. So. What elementary school did you go to?
Jane S. Roberts, K through 8. I grew up in the West Kendall area, in Lakes of the Meadows.
That's West Kendall. Probably easier to go to Naples City Hall than Dade County City Hall. Traffic's so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, who's your favorite teacher in elementary school?
Miss Growl. She was my third grade reading teacher.
Do you remember your second grade teacher?
I don't.
Fourth grade teacher?
No, this was my favorite.
It's crazy, the impact certain people, and that's one of them. Okay, junior high, 7, 8, who was your favorite teacher?
So Miss Oaksonen was my favorite teacher. She was the advanced honors English. I've always loved reading and writing.
Okay, high school. What high school did you go to?
I went to Westwood Christian in Horse Country.
I know Westwood Christian. And it's crazy is that used to be a horse. What was it called? Circle H or
Circle C.
Circle C. And I remember as a kid going there. My brother lives in Horse Country, right near there. It's a beautiful, when you walk onto the campus, you can feel it. There's a special feeling at Westwood. Who's the head guy there?
Mortensen. It was the senior pastor. I think he still is.
Yeah. All right. So, and they just got some rezoning a couple of years ago. So the church is really moving forward. Okay. So you went to Miami-Dade or right to FIU?
Straight to FIU.
Who you have a favorite professor?
Mr. Robert Ratner. He has since passed. he was my first English teacher at FIU. And he is the person who encouraged me as a political science major to get into student government. And it changed my life.
Oh, student government. What were you, the president or something like that?
Twice. But
junior and senior year?
No. I ran as a sophomore. I ran as a sophomore and won as a sophomore. And then, yes, junior and senior year were my leadership. And what's cool about, my story is not just me. Me and my best friends kind of created this legacy of leadership at FIU. I served for 2 years, and they served for the 2 subsequent years after me, Aliang and Krista. And
Krista's your...
My best friend and campaign manager.
Okay.
And then Aliang was my campaign manager for my first race and my chief of staff for 2 years. But these are just people who deeply care about the community. But at FIU, we had this vision of how do we fight for kids to have access to scholarships that are first in their family to go to college, and some of them are low income and they have no other means. And we spent 4 years going to Tallahassee and Washington fighting for that.
Who was the president? That Mark Rosenberg?
Mark Rosenberg.
Whatever happened. I'm a big fan of Mark Rosenberg. And by the way, I was speaking to him, and he says, what a great selection they did by picking Jeanette Nunez. He just thought that was the cat's meow. Yeah. And I agree. She is FIU. Yeah. In fact, we're hosting a breakfast September 29th with the new baseball coach, who born and raised in Miami.
Amazing.
The new basketball coach, born and raised in Miami, and Jeanette Nunez. They were having, basketball day with Jeanette Nunez.
Well, I'll tell you, we have brought back from Tallahassee, just this session, more than $60 million with her help and leadership to FIU.
Well, because she understands the system too, so it's great. All right, so you finished as president at FIU, and then what kind of job were you working? What were you doing?
I was recruited immediately by nonprofits who had seen my leadership as a student and said, we want you to help us train other students how to engage their state and federal elected officials. So I joined a nonprofit in D.C. We trained 500 student bodies across the country on how to engage.
So you're 21 flying around the country.
Well, we bring them to me, but yeah, we were bringing student leaders together and training them on how to talk to their elected officials. Let's make a difference.
What nonprofit was that?
So the first was called National Campus Leadership Council.
And who funded that?
They're nonprofits, so they a myriad of funders, but it's people who want to increase civic engagement in young people.
All right. So after that, how do you end up deciding to run for not a House of Representatives, not a local city, for the state of Florida Senate? And who'd you beat to get there?
Yeah. So the path for me was, as soon as I finished up in the nonprofit space in DC, I realized that world takes a decade to move an inch. I want to be where I can make a difference. And my first thought, I'm 24 years old, I need to be under people who have vision. 24 with an old soul. Yeah, so old. I needed to be supporting people who were the type of leaders I wanted for my community. And that way I could grow as a person, but I could also make the community better. So I ran campaigns for young people I believed in, running for state house. Like who? Vance Aloupis. That's my man. He's the best. I used to meet with him at Arbiters once a quarter. Yeah. And he was talking about this and talking about that. And he opened the doors for a lot of people. And now he's playing, his name is not former state rep. His new title is Uber. For his daughters. Yeah, he's like, he's the Uber for all the kids, and he's happy. His wife's happy. I'm very happy for him. Me too. I was on the phone with him last night. I love that man, and he is everything to me that a public servant could be. So, immediately I jumped into running his campaign, and the first conversation we had. That was during COVID, right? The first one was in 2018, and then we ran the second one. I ran it for him in 2020. I remember going somewhere, and everybody was paranoid. His victory party for COVID. Yeah, we all wore masks. Yeah. So I worked for Vance because I said, this is the type of people we need. And we won his first race by 1 point.
Who did he beat?
Jeffrey Sullivan.
Right.
So the goal for me was, hey, let's help this guy be as effective as he can for our community. He has the morals, he has the principles, he has the vision. And so I was his chief of staff for 2 years, and I ran his re-election campaign because I said, people like this need to be in office. And if my blood, sweat, and tears make it happen, then I'm doing good. And so I then joined the Florida Department of Education after his re-election, and I was their lead advocate to the legislature, their chief lobbyist. And for the 2 years of COVID, I was up there fighting to help reopen schools, to help make sure the federal money helped kids, and helped our parents start living their normal life again. Vance called me and said he wasn't running for the House anymore. I should run in his place. And so I said, you know what? Let's do it. I filed to run for the House within a week. I realized I wasn't running for the House anymore because Alina Garcia, our supervisor election, ran against me. And at the time, and still, she has 40 years of incredible relationships in the community.
Correct.
And at the time, $400,000 in the bank. And so it was kind of an untenable situation. So Ana Maria Rodriguez calls me and says, Alexis, I hear what's happening.
You guys are in the same mold, by the way. You and Ana Marie.
Yes, she's incredible. She says, Alexis, there's a Senate seat.
It just got cut out, right?
Yes.
Right.
And I think you're the right girl. And she said, I'm going to introduce you to the first female Senate president in 20 years. Her name's Kathleen. She'll make the decision. I meet with Kathleen Passidomo. Within 20 minutes, she says, we're all in with you. And I come back home, file for the Senate, and we run 6 months. I've never worked harder in my life. I knocked 10,000 doors.
And who was your
opponent?
Who was your opponent?
Janelle Perez, another first-time candidate.
Who spent a lot of money.
Yes. And so, to me, these races and these opportunities essentially to tell the community who you are, is such a special opportunity to say what your values are. And
you knocked on 10,000 doors that year.
Yeah.
Okay, now the election's coming up in 60 days. How many doors have you knocked on this round, and how many are you planning to knock on?
I've knocked on 2,200 doors to date.
How many steps?
I'm at 8 to 10,000 a day.
Yeah, baby.
and I'm dropping weight. It's great.
People go, oh, I'm walking. That's what happened. Every politician, they walk. You can tell they're walking. They got a nice suntan.
I do wear sunscreen. Because I gotta last a while.
I tell politicians, and they don't like me here, it's the most healthy thing to knock on doors, because you really, whether that person votes for you or not, you get to hear their issues. And some of the issues are so stupid, but it's stupid to us, but not that citizen. It's very important. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, the district runs where to where?
Key Biscayne, all the way down to Naranja.
Naranja. Is that how we pronounce it?
Naranja.
How do you pronounce it?
Naranja.
There you go.
Naranja.
That's how I pronounce it. Yes, Naranja.
Fine.
Laranjo. But it's interesting because that new Naranja or Laranjo is up and coming. Years it was kind of beaten up. It's coming around. So you got the second highest city in Dade County is Key Biscayne, second to Pinecrest medium income, to probably the second lowest.
Yeah.
And that's hard to represent. It's like to represent all that district. So you got Key Biscayne, you got Palmetto Bay. What else? Pinecrest.
Key Biscayne, Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, South Miami, Pinecrest, Palmetto Bay, Cutler Bay, the Homestead Air Reserve Base, the tiniest bit of Homestead, Naranja, Princeton, South Miami Heights, Goulds, Richmond Heights, West Perrine, The Falls, Killian, East Kendall, Continental Park.
250,000?
550,000.
550,000. Wow.
Souls.
So,
yes.
So that district's very interesting. Again, you go from the richest of the rich.
Yes.
Most said zip code, very wealthy, and then you go to the poorest.
Yes.
So it's hard to represent it, and you have to work hard at it.
You have to knock the doors. in all of those neighborhoods.
And you didn't say prime, but you have prime also.
I have prime. You have to understand what people's issues are. And what I've found is while the socioeconomic situation wildly different, the core values the same. Everyone wants a great education for their kids. Everyone wants a great economic environment where they can make the best for their family. And they want us to be responsible with water. They want us to be responsible with environmental stewardship, resilience as flooding becomes a continual problem. Just do the right thing.
And your district is not, there's some good, you're in the ridge. Cutler Ridge is on the ridge.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. Old Cutler is a ridge. So the flooding, it's an interesting phenomenon. Some areas don't flood. But I have a philosophy, whether it's state senate, cities, the 3 Ps. People move to a certain area. They want to make sure they have great police and great protection. They want great parks. This is local. And then the bottom is they want great public schools. Whether you send your kid to a public school, you want the choice to go to a public school. Now the state money, you go to a private school. But people want great police, and that's important. We were just together at an event with Sheriff Rosie. I'm a big believer we have to have strong police, and it keeps everybody happy.
Yeah.
All right, so you walked, give or take, 8,000 steps a day. You go 6 days a week or 5 days a week?
7.
7 days a week. Wow.
Hey,
you got to meet the people. The people want to say, okay, I'm voting for you because you knocked on my door. And that's an important factor. Do you mix the area up, or do you go every house? Do you go to super voters? How many that area?
The secret sauce.
The secret sauce. Do you work one area, or do you mix the areas up each week?
Different each week, but I think that adds diversity to the scope of information I'm taking in. So one week I'm in Perrine,
the home of Wilbur Bell.
Of Mr. Wilbur Bell. And
isn't that crazy? I've known him 50 years. I still call him Mr. Bell. He said, "You call me Wilbur." I go, "Okay, Mr. Wilbur Bell." Right.
No, and a whole week I'll be in the Gables, and you know what I'm hearing? Whether I'm in when I'm in east of US 1, the Gables, stunning homes next to Old Cutler Road. Or I am walking maybe South Miami Heights. The number one issue is, hey, I'm concerned about my kid's future in this city. And
affordability.
Some people say it directly to say, I'm concerned about my future in this city, because the economic situation is not a down road question. It's a day-to-day, month-to-month question of affordability. I'm running into families, though, that say, maybe I'm okay because I own my home and at the moment I've managed expenses, but my kids are all leaving South Florida. So the push and pull of the conversations, changing communities gives you multiple vantage points of the same issue. And you were saying it's challenging to represent such a diverse group. What I've found is these conversations give you perspective on what the plurality, what the majority of the community wants. And your job, my job, has been do that. If it's a hard thing, do the hard thing. But this is where I grew up. This is where so many of the people that I grew up with don't feel they have a place anymore. And one of my jobs in the legislature is to be the voice of that next generation of Miami staying, having a pathway of opportunity.
The affordability is misleading, meaning we think that affordability is only for the poor. No. Somebody lives in a nicer home doesn't mean they can afford it. They're struggling with their mortgage. They're struggling with insurance.
Right.
So affordability is not just for the poor or the median. It's for everybody. And most of the people who are moving out are not the poor. It's the wealthy who says, I can't afford to live here anymore. But affordability is a gray area. Public schools, the school board, I don't know if it's school board or the state, they're building apartments for the staff, and I think it's incredible. And your district is it Mays High School?
Arthur Pauli Mays.
Yeah. Great historical school. they're building a couple hundred apartments. That's for staff. Anybody that works for the school board, correct?
Yeah, it's from lunch ladies to bus drivers to teachers.
It's beautiful. And they don't have to work in that school. They have to work in the school system. And right down the street, in South Miami, J.R. Lee's right down the street, they're doing the same thing. I think it's a smart move. And, everybody's criticizing the Dade County's losing students to Dade County schools. Well, a lot of them are moving out of the county. Yes. So it's misleading. Are we losing students to charter schools? That's not your concern, whether it's public or charter schools. It's all the same to you guys.
And I think one of the ways in which we attract and retain incredible talent, and we need incredibly talented teachers to teach our kids, is going to the root of the problem. What is the major affordability issue for all of our hometown heroes?
Well, let's talk about that. That's a great program. Talk about the hometown heroes.
Yeah. So we view it as one of the most significant pathways to home ownership. I created the program 4 years ago in the Florida legislature, the Hometown Heroes Down Payment Assistance Program. The state has invested now $300 million into $35,000 loans at 0% interest that a hometown hero, whether that's a law enforcement officer, anyone in education, anyone in healthcare, about 15 different industries, can draw down that $35,000 to use it as their down payment with their savings to buy their first home.
Is it working?
20,000 families have bought their first home in the last 3 years.
That's in the state?
In the state. And in our district, our community, just this little piece, my district.
You mean your state Senate seat?
My state Senate seat, 600 families are homeowners because of this program. And, I'm so passionate about
5%. What is that? 5%? There's 20,000 and 600. That's a great percentages in your district.
Yeah.
Yeah, your district is a lot of great things are happening. All right. So elections, you're campaigning now, going door to door.
Yes, sir.
The early voting for your election is when?
October.
It's right on the corner.
Yeah.
All right. So we're really going to test you out now. We're going to find out who, what, and where, who you really are. Okay.
Fantastic.
Zoni, are you ready? Okay. All right. Your hero, childhood hero.
Captain America.
Wow.
Well, he's actually my favorite superhero.
Okay, that's good enough. Okay.
Which I think speaks a lot.
Thanksgiving. Give me some words about Thanksgiving. Go.
Cranberry sauce.
What else?
Yams.
What else?
Sage butter.
Family? She's talking about food. I'm talking about family.
I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. How many family members show up? Is it at your parents' house? Where's Thanksgiving?
We're really blessed. My brother's family, my brother's in-laws on both sides, we're incredibly close to. So we host at their house or our house.
The pastors.
The pastors, and then my big brother's family, the Machados. My brother and sister-in-law have been dating since they were teenagers. We've been tight with them for 15 years. So between the Machados and the Alessis, we're always mixing it up.
Wow. Your favorite animal?
The flamingo, without a doubt.
Isn't that the bird? Isn't that the animal of Dade County?
It is, and soon it will be the animal, the state bird for Florida.
Ron,
where is Ron?
Give me a single shot. Ron, there we go. Here it is. Hey, is he going to try to make this the state bird?
He is, and he's got a. I ran the bill previously to do it, and Anna Marie Rodriguez now. I'm actually really grateful Ron McGill's endorsing me for my reelection.
He is just a good person.
The best person.
Yeah. And you know who's better than him? His wife. She's incredible. Okay. Your favorite sushi restaurant?
Akashi. I met the owner. I knocked on his door.
Okay. All right. Your favorite hamburger place?
All right. Jeez. I don't know. What's yours?
You're asking a guy that eats burgers 6 days a week. I cannot. Grounds might incriminate me. You don't know? Okay. Your favorite hot dog?
I don't eat hot dogs, but Arbetter's the best.
Okay, you got the answer. That's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. What was the answer for the burger?
There's a new place, Brick Burger, just opened 77th Avenue.
Okay.
And 77th Avenue on the west side of the highway, next to the car wash. Brick Burger, brand new family, two family owns it. Great. Okay, your favorite pizza place?
I like Mr. Owen's a lot.
You know, no matter what you do, you can try your hardest. It always comes out. I don't like thin crust, but I like their thin crust.
Can I give you my order?
Salad. Go ahead.
Because I'm passionate about food. All right. So
I knew I liked you for a reason.
All right, so I get double pepperoni because one layer is not enough.
No, it's not.
And I like the little cups. I like the cup pepperoni. Hot honey, truffle oil, and double cheese ricotta stuffed in.
Zoni, did you hear that? Okay, order it quickly. Let me hear it. Order pizza.
Oh, man. All right,
so what would you like to have,
double pepperoni, hot honey, truffle oil, and double ricotta stuffed crust.
Okay, we got it. Your favorite place to have fish?
I like a ceviche.
Okay, good answer.
What's this guy? Ceviche 305? Is that?
I don't eat seafood. Okay, here's the tough ones. Here's the real quick one. Ready? You gotta go. Your father's birthday, not year, birthday.
April 21st.
Mom's.
October 12th.
Your brother's, one of them.
July 25th.
The other brother.
October 17th.
Sister-in-law.
She's in May.
Okay, the other sister-in-law.
December 28th.
Grandparents.
My grandmother is November 17th. My other grandmother is September 11th. Very memorable. And I forgot my grandfather's. He's in October as well.
Okay, well, you got to remember your birthday. So if anybody's trying to impress you, they should send a birthday gift card. When's your birthday?
October 19th.
October 19th. Okay. All right. I know you don't do this.
I'm a Libra.
Your favorite place to have a cold beer?
I don't drink beer. How about a cocktail?
Okay, good cocktail.
Where do I go? Oh my gosh.
You don't know. Okay.
You know what I really like?
What?
And I need to find it. This is just it's a personality thing. I don't really drink.
I don't either.
But I love smoking hookah. I really enjoy it.
Okay. Your favorite cowboy or cowboy movie?
So my grandfather used to love watching Bonanza.
God, well, how old's your grandfather?
My grandfather has passed, but he was he would be now 95.
Bonanza was like, everybody loved Bonanza. Okay.
I've watched a lot of Westerns with him.
Okay. Your favorite college football team? College.
I represent UM, so it has to be UM.
What do you mean you represent? It's in your district?
In the district. I'm an FIU grad, but
speak about UM. Exciting. They're building a hospital on the property.
Yes.
I think it's a smart move. Everybody said, well, it's going to affect Baptists. Baptist doesn't care. UM has their own following. Okay. All right.
And I've helped create a $10 million recurring investment into the Sylvester Cancer Center with state alcohol tax money.
Wow. Okay.
To encourage everyone that if they do spend, that's where it goes.
All right. Magic of the mix. The magic of the mix. Why have you been successful as our state senator? And what will you do in the next coming years to make the magic of the mix? Because it's tough times out there.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Why I've been successful?
Right.
Tallahassee is a place where there's opportunity everywhere. You just need to know where it is. And so I spent years and years and years helping other people do it. And when I got into the game, immediately, my first question is, how do I make a difference? How does my voice and the voice of those 550,000 people make an impact on what happens in Tallahassee? So in education, we chose our battles and we won them. In housing, we created a down payment assistance program. On the urban development boundary, we won a unanimous support victory for that. To me, how we do it, you have to understand the lay of the land, pick your battles well, and win them. In terms of what we're going to do going forward, I will be one of 4 Republicans representing Miami that will be a senior. We have term limits in Florida. So we will be in our final time in the Senate, which means we will have seniority and leadership. Together, we can fight for some of the most money Miami would ever have received. Together, we can make sure that our voice overpowers the detractors or the opponents to South Florida's continued growth, economic prosperity, or just their focus in being able to direct funding back into our community, whether that's water issues, whether that's transit, if that's housing, if that's educational spending, which we need so much to strengthen our public schools. This is the moment where our collective voice can be so much more powerful if we have the right people at the table. And I'm, what I'm telling the community is what we've accomplished the last 4 years will be eclipsed by what we can do the next.
Very exciting. We have to give a shout out to our new favorite ambassador, Danny Perez.
Yes.
Pretty exciting. Time's up. We wish you luck. Anytime you come back.
Thank you, Grant.
What's your vote number? Punch number what?
We don't have it yet.
Not yet. Okay. Stay tuned, everybody. Have a great day. See you later.
Thank you.